Thank you. Okay. I am going to be talking to David a little bit at the beginning of this stream. I'm taking him to work, and he had a question. So, I want to answer his question. So, you said, the way you put it is you're concerned I'm going to be upset, or you're worried about not working, or stuff like that.
So, apparently, there's, Jade figured out for Grandma that someone is selling their place. And obviously Jade doesn't have the money to pay for it. However, I was like, oh, hey, I could help pay.
Working.
Yeah, this is part of that.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, yeah, I mean, if you say on it that you're helping me pay it and, like, you're working constantly to help pay for it, yeah, you could, like, own part of the property as well. Which would be awesome.
I get that.
However, if I don't get a job, I can't do that.
Okay.
I'm worried.
I see where you're coming from.
Don't know.
I'm gonna throw this out. I honestly think you're pushing yourself too hard if you try and work too. At least right at first. You could talk to Jade and explain, I'd like to. I might down the road.
This is only 150.
That's what you said. The rest went... Oh, I did it the wrong way. I'll figure... So this is how much it went
into the bank.
So okay. I need to figure out the difference. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. I gotta, it was like, what?
So I'll have to pull some more out later or something. Anyway, so I think if you were, personally, I think if you were to talk to Jade and talk to him about it, and I'm going to be honest, he would, and tell him what you're doing this year, he would tell you to at least start school, see where you're at. At least get a feel for it right at first. One, it's even different from last year. Two, you're trying to put 2 school years into 1 year.
I only need 1.5 credits.
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're trying to graduate
We're gonna have to sit
a
here
year.
for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Because I'm not allowed to check in until 9:30.
Oh, okay. So they changed it?
Yeah, you're not, you can go in, but you're not allowed to check in.
Okay.
I figured we would talk.
I'll pull over. That's fine. I'll pull over here then. That works. So, you're gonna graduate. You want to graduate a year early. That may mean figuring out a way to take an extra class here and there. If that makes sense. If you're taking an extra class here and there, it's going to be more work. And then you're asking about graduating early, or not graduating early, working on top of that?
I don't know.
And I get what you're saying. Depending, maybe you could talk to him about, say, when I have off, I would be more than willing to help out fixing up the place, stuff like that.
So, the thing about it is, the person who's selling it says that, people's like, you can have it for, this much money. Mm-hmm. But I have to live, I'm going to live on it until I die, because he's an older guy.
Okay.
He's 80 or something. So, before we could even really do any, work on it, we would have to wait until he dies.
Okay, so, I'm just throwing it out as something to consider. And I would talk to Jade about it. Tell him where you're at. Tell him you'd really like to. Another thing to consider is talking to Mom. Throw out to her where you're at and say, so I want to be able to work when I feel I can work. But if it's a time where they're giving me a whole bunch of work all at once at school, it would be nice to be able to work somewhere where I can where I can say, hey, I can't come into work right now. Or, I need a few days off or things like that. I think with Grandma, if you told her that and were willing to work hard when you are working, she would say, okay, let's have you work here. Just to make sure. That one's a good XP one.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna go in.
Okay. I'm just saying, I'm not saying for sure.
Yeah.
But that might be a good place to start where you have that option. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Especially because right now, in the next few weeks, Mom's need for work's gonna start building.
Yeah.
For helpers. Ooh, that's good unicorn horn.
Oops, yeah.
So that's one thing you could do. Let that do that, and then start watching for places. Otherwise, for during the slow season. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out. But at the same time, then it might be harder to get a job after January. Because that's when everyone's busy season slows down. So anyone that heard that and doesn't understand, his school has it such that if you really want, you can graduate early. But you obviously have to put in the work to graduate early. Well, he is really close. And so let's see. Oh, I forgot to check because I don't remember. They are 2, 4, and 1. I was going to say, I don't think that's the normal. And yesterday, I swear, I jumped on 5 over and over and over and didn't even get in. So. Okay, now for my preferred grouping, well, we've kind of already beat that. But of this group, since we have another Magi, I'd prefer if we get another Or. Guess I'll hit it since there. And we do have a team that could definitely do it. So, I'm going after the Urkling because it's the quickest to get XP, or to get focus. And I'm leaving the elite because I don't have the focus yet to drop and keep 7. Or I mean keep 5. So I don't have that enough to the 12 to drop 7 and keep 5. But someone's in fighting, so now I kind of against that. And they aren't even strong against it, so now I really have to drop it. And that's when it becomes slightly frustrating. Because now it means I'm going to take my time. It's going to take a lot more for me to beat this Acromantula because they were insistent on going in early against that elite. Okay, now I have plenty. Let's see, now I can drop that there. I can drop that there. Go against this one. While I'm waiting, I'm going to do this. And sharing it this way, like while you're in, actually appears to share the YouTube link and not the Omlet link. And I'm grateful for that because if there's a problem in the future, I'll need the Omlet link. And I'm okay with this Lamita waiting to join. I just wanted them to know I'm happy with the team. Okay, as I said, I'm going after the Urkling first to hurry and get focus build up so that then I can cast my spell to help out the team. Because otherwise I'd need to drop, to be able to drop mine right at first, I would have to use 2 strong and a regular invigoration draft right at first. And I think that's something others don't realize, is how much it takes for a Magi to do that. They're like, well, just drop an invigoration draft. But it's not just one strong invigoration draft. So for a Magi to have enough stockpile that every single fight they do that, you'd have to have a huge ingredient vault, and everything in the vault is invigoration drafts. Okay, looking at what's here, this is going to be the easiest for me to go after. And that still leaves two things for the professors, because one could take the elite werewolf and the other one could take the other pixie. And it's okay for him to take the elite now because I've dropped the spell. Okay, let's see. Give that to that. Let's go after this, which means I'm taking one more than maybe I should. But rather than sit around and wait, now I'm kind of doing it to help others. Obviously, they sat there and waited for some stuff to show up, which is fine. I have no, personally, at this point I have no issue. Dark 5, that can get hard if you're going to do that. Okay. Come on, or there, they finally went after it. Okay, dark 1. Like I said, start off with the Earthlings and go from there. Now, I may be, if we do this right, either one, the professor's going to be able to drop a lot of spells, and then hopefully the Aurors will realize and start passing, or the Aurors will start passing earlier to me. The recommendation is pass to professors first. Let them make sure they've got everyone shielded, every foe given their thing, and go from there. 7. Now, I'm going to go after this one because it's an acro, but it's not an elite. So it doesn't have the extra strength from the spell from bravery, but it's the hardest for them. It also isn't part of necessarily a achievement. So I'll go after this one, see if the elite acro is still there. If it is, I'll go after that next. If it's not, then I will see. And I'm not going to stay here for much longer. Okay. Heal. Give this guy 2, and that's all I can do. Someone tried. I'm going to have to waste some of my brew fuse because I got to go get our food, but that's okay. And this one, we all need to take out 4 or 5. Just because there's 24 foes. So, I don't feel bad going after this one and possibly grabbing one more. Okay, acro. They're all going after the stronger acros. If this wasn't a 2-star, since I didn't look very much, I didn't have very much focus, so that's why I didn't look very much. Okay. Okay, they aren't going after this one, so I will go after this one to finish off. I know I've taken on more than my 5, but they are the ones I'm strong against, so I don't feel as bad. Okay, blue and green. Now I kind of got to save the rest for making sure that neither of them die. Okay, looking at where green is, I can throw that on green now. Okay, let's see. Yes, I still have full energy, so I can do that. If I hadn't had full energy, what I would have done is went and collected a little bit of energy to get me to full and then collected. Just might as well max out the energy as much as possible. Now, okay, it departed. Okay, don't see any more with streamers. I obviously can't collect while I'm driving, so we will go from there. I'll show you why I'm going after this. I am trying to get this one right here fully collected. Everything else, I believe, oh, and this one. So I need 5 more of the winged horse and 4 more of the puffskin. And then I won't have a reason to use once I do that, for at least a while, those rune stones will kind of be my throwaway rune stones. Kind of like my Brilliant Event rune stones. But I'll probably use Brilliant Event before them, hoping that eventually we get given another page that has some stuff that you need in the fortress. So, now as I said, if you're a weaker player, not meaning you aren't knowledgeable or things like that, just maybe you haven't done the grinding that I have, maybe, or that others have. Maybe you haven't, maybe you started later. Maybe you haven't gone into, maybe you've barely done like the daily tasks and maybe some of the community days / brilliant events, things like that. If you're at that point and don't feel comfortable in the dark chambers, go ahead and stop whenever you feel comfortable. As I said yesterday, the task rewards, there's none of the rewards for this community day are worth pushing yourself higher than you feel comfortable. Instead, the better reward is from the Brilliant Event bonuses. And the Brilliant Event bonus, this next one, and it has been for a little while, is to do a fight in your highest chamber. Now, luckily, it's not win, it's just fight. But at the same time, that can get really stressful. Especially because another thing, Community Day, you're going to have a lot of people in trying to help out. It's the way it is. You will have a lot of people in the fortresses trying to help everyone out. And trying to do as much as they can on Community Day. So, with that, you'll get more higher level players going in over and over and over and over, and they can carry you. With the Brilliant Event bonus task, some of them complete it like they're at that point within hours of starting the Brilliant Event starting. Like some of us, as I was talking yesterday, that you sit down and you evaluate, okay, what, like ahead of hand, what do I need to have ready to go, how to get through this task the fastest possible. And they literally do that. It's basically how quick can I run through the Brilliant Event and get all the way through it. And so some of them are that quick. Others, they may do nothing until a weekend. And then they hurry, and how quick can they get through it? Others slowly work at it throughout the week, and then they get to it. So it's more sporadic when they're going to be getting to the Brilliant event task. And so you won't have a large group of people all needing the Brilliant event at once. I believe that's why some of the YouTubers have gone to taking, okay, let's take one day and let's jump in Dark Fives, so that they can complete the Brilliant event tasks with friends and, get all their friends ready to go, everything else. But that's Dark 5. Some of you may, and yeah, that's the highest one, and that's the one needed to claim all the prizes for Community Day. But what if someone didn't quite get to that point? So go to where you feel comfortable, and don't feel you have to go higher than that. Okay. I'm a passenger. Go here for a minute. There's my Walmart app. Check in. 3 white. Okay. Good team. Oh, looks like they want to go in. Okay. And there were only 20 seconds left, so I can see why they would want to go in. And I don't mind, because I've only got 10 minutes left on my... just over 10 minutes left on my Burrifias, so... After previous experience, I'm not going to bother to put my mask on here. I'm just going to leave the window part way up. And kind of watch while I'm fighting. In the back. In the back.
This guy?
Yeah.
Perfect. We have some substitutions. Just the one. Instead of the golden pups, we did honey smacks.
Okay.
You good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll sign it and I'll put it down. You want it in the back seat?
The very back.
Okay.
If it'll fit in the very back. If not, then you can throw it in the back seat.
Have a good day.
You too, thank you. Okay, now let's see. So there's 17 for 3 of us. That means 5 to 6. And I've got 3. So this will be 4. And I'm going to jump in 1 or 2 more hits just to check. Okay. 1 more hit and then. Okay, we're still good. So where's that one I was going after? Right here. Oh, but I do have 7, so I can bring it up. Oh, now I have 7, so I can bring it up to that one too. Not gonna answer that. First of all, because I'm streaming. Second, I have absolutely no clue who it is. Six. Oh, I put that on the wrong one. Because I couldn't see, but I believe the 1 was high though. High helped. Okay. Hit Wizard, would you quit healing yourself? That's the problem. If you are healing yourself, you aren't going to let the Magi heal you. The Magi's not going to spend their time healing you if you're healing yourself. Even if they would have dropped it on you, which I was just about to, I couldn't get there and then it would have been a waste, so it's better to drop it on the other person. Okay, heal, finally. Finish off this battle. She came out pretty quickly. So, okay. I have reason to jump for more than one reason. I need to come over here and come to my wands. And that's maxed out. Okay. Can't do anything. But I can collect a couple things. Okay. I'm gonna head home. Gotta wait a minute. Looks like either some people are showing up early or at the very end of the pickup time, which I get. I've done that myself at the very near the end. I actually chose this time because I knew I had to drop off David at about 9:30. So I could come over here after, and well, because I'm streaming with you guys, I ended up having to figure it out, do a little bit different than I normally would have, so, which is just fine. So what I figure, obviously Omlet's working fine now. For a little bit, I'm going to flip back and forth between Omlet between Twitch and YouTube, streaming from Omlet to YouTube, and then going in for a little while to Twitch. Depending on what happens, I may use the pay Omlet and go to the streaming to both, or I may choose to continue going this way. I will see later. It'll depend on viewership, interaction on the different channels, everything else. If I do, then I'll see about pulling down these streams to Twitch and sharing them on YouTube. But I think YouTube's gonna, unless something changes to where I get a huge amount of support on Twitch and I'm getting nothing on YouTube, I probably will focus on YouTube a little bit more, just because just because I do have some really good friends that can only, specifically, I know at least Jen can only watch on here. I know my nieces and nephews are, from what I've heard from them, they catch my streams off and on to see to watch me play. They've never commented anything. I'm not sure if they can, but they do catch the streams off and on. Or watch the videos after the fact. Sounds like my radio that hasn't acted up for a long time decided to act up right there. I haven't used my radio for a long time, but it sounds like it decided it was going to let me know it's still there. course, that's why I'm afraid to use it, is because I don't need it going back to where it was before, where it was doing that all the time, and we had to take out the fuse for it. So, if people get on, we can see I might go into my response to Animagus's stream, or my feelings about it, things like that, if they want that. If not, if people don't get on or they don't appear to want it, I will wait until I hear, I'll wait until Monday. I will do it, the stream, one of the streams about that, because I feel it's such a huge topic and an important topic. But I'm gonna wait to see if people show up or not. So hopefully notifications have got out, and it's just people are busy with other things, because it's community day and it's Saturday, and so they're just busy with other things, and hopefully it's working correctly. Yesterday it worked correctly, because I double checked on my computer. But obviously, for me to double check while I am driving and while I only have the one device is a lot harder. So when I get home, I can double check. But park. Roll the windows up. Grab the phone, see if anyone said anything. Not yet. And I don't need any of them. So I'll just go after them to get XP. This is where I wish maybe it would give us more than our local. And I know that when I've done that in the past, people sometimes end up picking up some accidentally, me and others. Come on. I just wanted to catch the higher level ones. Then take in what I need to and then go finish out guess I'm going after something other than a streamer. If it'll open up. Now I know I hadn't used my in or greenhouse. It won't get used, so easier to just go after it myself right now. Let's see. Check. Oh, those are from yesterday that didn't get pulled out. I'm trying to get the stuff out that are vital that I get out right now because I ordered some perishable stuff. Like I have milks that can't sit in the fridge or can't sit in the car until Brent gets home to put them in the fridge. So better pull them out. Probably don't want the bread sitting in here. Oh, a thank you bag. I never did get one the first time. And they do them off and on, so. Put this in here. Maybe I'll show you what's in the thank you bag when I go inside. And I'm checking something out. Oh well. So what I'm looking at is I've got bags of, like one bag of carrots that's already bagged, was then put by itself in a bag. So it was put in a, your bags you get from at the vegetable, to put loose vegetables in. A regular 2-pound bag of baby carrots. I think it's 2, maybe it's 1. Anyway, a bag of baby carrots was put in one of those. And it's like, okay, why'd you do that? And then it was put up in its own bag, own plastic bag. Didn't it put anything else in it, just that. So I have like, and then they had string cheese, okay? They put a bag, or 2 bags of string cheese, 2 packages of string cheese in its own bag. And yet they